Hi guys, hope we're all doing well. It is 12:14 on Tuesday the 11th of August. We'll have a quick look over the currencies to start. It's been a risk on morning. You can see the S&P has been pushing higher, just off recent highs, but that in turn has helped see a bit of dollar weakness, well certainly in currency land, or risk on should we say, and the pound has benefited from that over the last couple of hours. We have hit a decent resistance point, and as we know, the whole false break is always a good sign of things to potentially come. It was a very key resistance zone that's got hit, and we've just been drifting down from there, I guess, to an area where people would have potentially have looked to take some profit, but since then we're now back above the 131 handle. Today, looking at this, I would say, you know, the base of support around that pivot is obviously vital, and that's your middle sort of line in the sand above the R1. I think this market really can push on, to be honest, because when you look at it like this on the 60-minute, you just see the importance of this zone going back historically to the 31st of August. So yeah, a close above there, even on the hour, you'd say that we can really push on. Above there, you've obviously got the 31, 35 area that we had back on the 7th. But if it does hold and we get back below the pivot, then we are looking towards the lows that we had from yesterday and Friday. And then as you make that a bit wider, you see obviously some of those lows from previous that are important as well. The euro had been pushing. You can see that has made up to the pre-NFP lows, which we talked about yesterday being key sort of line in the sand for the week, along with what would have been yesterday's pivot. You know, that's the area, isn't it? That is the area. Is that the short now? We'll have to wait and see. I guess intraday, where the buyers, where the bulls want price to stay above, you would go as far as saying this previous high of the day, which turned into a bit of support, futures 117.38 below there, and obviously you have then a support at the pivot, but that would be a key rejection of what is a very important resistance level. If we see continued risk on and the currencies benefit from that, euro above here, pound above the previous level, and it's pretty good for the rest of the week. The S&P, as mentioned, is just come off those better highs, which is seeing that dollar strength just unwind a touch. Keep a watch on the previous highs of the day. R1 looks like a good value area. You can already see yesterday's high in the early trade this morning acted as support, that previous high from yesterday. We're not far from all-time highs. Do we get it today? I wouldn't be surprised. It's currently 26 points off. That's just a good cash open, really, isn't it? Gold, quick look. That has been drifting down. We're currently below the $2,000 handle. That for me is the key point. If you remember the video from last night, we had this trend line on that worked to a dream, really, didn't it? Retraced and then went. We are below the $2,000 handle, but is that dollar strength or is that risk on? You have to you know, judge that how you see fit, and obviously this trend line going as well. Is it just technical? Because if we start to if we start to see some dollar strength come in from those dollar pairs off those key resistance levels, and that really gathers momentum, gold's not going to like that. However, if the S&P comes off a bit, it might support gold a touch as well. Bit confusing potentially. Aussie dollar, its key line in the sand, I would say, is still this area here, which is on the R1. Probably, I imagine that does get tested, to be honest, and that's where decision time is for the week. However, we just hit the range from yesterday. You can see another rejection of that level. Being late to the party for this one, you might want to get a little trend line on those lows and say, well, if we break that, that could lead to the move lower at the moment. It seems it's stuck in a decision point for now. Anyway, guys, hope all is well, and I'll catch you later on.